is FET216 computer system. As shown in the table below, when a computer executes three types of instructions, A, B, and C, what is the performance in MIPS of the computer? MIPS here stands for million instructions per second. Here we have the instruction types A, B, and C, their execution time in nanoseconds, and also the frequency of appearance of each of these instructions. At the bottom we have some answers in which we're going to compare to what we calculate to be the MIPS of the computer. So MIPS represents the number of instructions that can be executed in 1 second in units of 1 million instructions, hence the units being called MIPS. A CPU with 1 MIPS is a CPU that can execute 1 million instructions in 1 second. Basically, the larger the number of instructions that can be executed, the higher the evaluation becomes. As a further interpretation of the unit MIPS, it is understood that a CPU with 1 MIPS can execute 1 instruction in 1 microsecond. So here, the average execution time for 1 instruction can be calculated. This is going to equal the sum of the execution times times by the frequency of the appearance across each of the possible instructions. So first of all, we have the 10 nanosecond occurrence of A, which is occurring 40% of the time. Secondly, we have the 20 nanoseconds instruction B, which is occurring 30% of the time, hence timesing it by 0.3. Finally, we have the 50 nanosecond C instruction, which occurs 0.3% of the time, or 30% of the time. This is equal to 25 nanoseconds, and this is how long it would take, on average, to run 1 instruction. So the CPU performance in MIPS can be calculated from the average time for 1 instruction. If we use the value in microseconds, we can see from the previous slide that 1 microsecond per instruction is also equal to 1 MIPS. So here, all we do is do 1 divided by the average execution time for 1 instruction in microseconds. This is equal to 1 divided by 25 times 10 to the minus 3, which equates to 40 MIPS. And from the question slide, we can see that our answer of 40 MIPS corresponds to the answer B. And in this tutorial, what we learnt is about the performance of a computer and how to calculate that if we're using the unit of MIPS.